Okay, and thank you for joining part two of this little mini series on how to create graphics like a professional in your travel business. And hopefully, you'll be able to take a few pieces of information away from this and uh, create graphics for your social media posts, for your flyers, for your brochures, and for anything else you can imagine in just a couple of minutes, especially once you get used to the platform, and then it will take you no more than a few minutes to create a graphic, and you can stop paying those high prices for professional graphic designers, as well as all the headache that goes along with explaining what you want and waiting and then requesting changes and then waiting again. So let's just go ahead and jump in and get started. As I alluded to before, the name of the software is called Canva. So if you just go to canva.com, that's canva.com. And the first thing you'll want to do is to sign up for an account. So if you don't have an account, then just sign up for one. If you already have one, then obviously just go ahead and log in. I have mine connected to my Facebook account, so that makes it easy. And just to give you an example, these are some of the things that I've created. And actually, let me go ahead and show them to you in a real life scenario. So we have some vacation rentals, and part of that website for our vacation rentals is a blog site. And I like to create a custom graphic for each blog entry. So if you go over here to blog, you'll notice that each and every one of our blog posts have this graphic here. So we try to make everything nice and streamlined. So I'll just click into one of these. See, just looks nice to have a custom graphic like that. I'll give you some other examples. If you were to go to our travel agency Facebook page, this is a graphic that I created in Canva in maybe a couple of minutes. In fact, if you go to any of our social media channels, or even if you go to travelagentsupport.com, any of the graphics that you see, this was created in Canva. All of these blog post graphics that you see right here were all created in Canva. All of these were created in Canva. So first, I'll show you, as soon as the platform launches, Canva is primarily free. The only time you pay for anything is if you use one of their images. If you use one of your images, then obviously you don't have to pay and it's totally free. The first thing you'll see is your dashboard page, which will list all of the graphics that you've created in the past. So as you can see here, these are some things that I use for our vacation rental welcome site. This was for a client that was going to San Francisco to wine country. This is one that I created after we went scuba diving. This was a social media post that I made. This is the front of our welcome guide for one of our vacation rentals. I created all of this in Canva. This I always create whenever I do my clients' itineraries. I always create a header graphic. So this is with their dates and whatever else. This is one of the blog posts that I created. There's another blog post. This is one I had on my Facebook page last year to get people to enter to win a trip to Fiji. So as you can see, you can do newsletters or even magazines. You can make advertisements. This is a resume that I did for a friend of mine just a couple of days ago, and you can see the resume is beautiful. So the first thing you want to do is, if you've already been using Canva for a while and you want to start with an image you've already done, then you can just go to that image and click the down arrow and choose copy. But if this is your first time or you want to do something fresh, then you can see here, first I would try to choose one of these options that are already here. If you do need something that's a custom dimension, you can just choose custom dimensions and put in your width and height and then start that way. The benefit of going with one of these already created templates is that you'll get a ton of already created graphics that you can start from, and all you need to do is change out a few of the titles or a few of the wording or whatever. So probably the most common thing would be a Facebook post. So let's start with that. So you can see right here, it says Facebook post. All you need to do is click it. And over here on the left-hand side, these are all templates that you can start from. The ones that say free on them mean the image that's in the background, you don't have to pay for, so you can actually do that one for free. The ones that don't have the free means that if you choose to use their background image, you would have to pay $1 for that. But for example, let's say you wanted to do a Facebook post that you just wanted to remind all of your viewers that summertime's coming, and maybe it's time to talk to you about their summer vacation. So to avoid paying this $1, you can upload your own graphics. So if I like this graphic, I can just pop it in there and boom, boom, that's it. I'll give you, in the description of this video, I will actually give you a list of places where you can go to get graphics. I have quite a few. Stocksnap.io, Unsplash, or unsplash.com, gratisography.com, negativespace.co, splitshire.com, littlevisuals.co, lifeofpics.com. There's a ton of them in there, and all of these images that you can find on these websites are totally free. So I will leave a list of those at travelagentsupport.com for you to find. So once you do whatever you want to do here, then it's as simple as downloading it. I would always name everything. Facebook post. Oops. Book your summer trip, or whatever you want to name it. But it's always great to name them so that you can easily figure out what those were created for. So that's just something simple that you can take an existing template and you can just change the text or change the background image, and then you can immediately export it. You can export it as a PDF for print, which would be the high resolution. That you would want that if you were sending this off to a printer. PDF standard if you were going to share it on the web. High quality PNG if this was going to be something that could be used in a very large scale image, or image for web, you could do JPEG. But once you do that, it's literally, it downloads it. And it's that simple. So let's do something a little more complex. Let's start over here. Let's say that we wanted to do a gift certificate, maybe. Maybe you want to sell gift certificates or coupons to 25% off or 10% off or whatever. So again, you can either start with one of their templates, which is what I recommend doing. Even if the template doesn't even have the look and feel, well, what you're looking for is the look and feel. Everything can be changed really quickly. So we can upload whatever graphics we want to upload. Let's say, here's one of Jamaica. Uh-oh. Okay, I don't know why that one's... Okay, let's go ahead and try something else. Actually, what I'm going to do now is just go through and show you what everything is, all of the different options that you have. So let's just say that we're doing a blog title. So it's going to launch a new window. The first thing that I would recommend doing is, trying to find a template over here that sort of has the look and feel that you're going for, so that you can just update and change a few things. and then I'll show you, even if you don't like anything about it, or maybe you like it but you don't like the colors of it or whatever. I'll show you that. All right, let's say you like this because you're doing a promotion for some South Pacific or Australian travel. Let's say that you're really not a fan of these fonts or whatever. So to change the font, you can do the one of two things. You can either highlight it and then choose a font that's in here, or if you want a whole new text, you just like the image and you want an entirely new text option, then you can come over here to text, and as you can see here, you can either add a heading, you can add a subheading, or you can go through and there's tons of templates for text as well. So you could add that, whatever it is that you want to add. There's you can literally go on and on and on and on and get lost in this. But just pick something that looks nice, and that's it. So let's say that this looks great. Oops, let me take this off. Let's say that this looks really great. See that? That looks awesome. If you want to change the colors, no problem. Just highlight it and choose a new color. Perhaps that's what floats your boat, and that would be all there is to it. Let's just start totally from scratch. How's that? So first, if you want to start from scratch, you will need to know the dimensions or choose one of these that's down here already. So let's say you want to do your Google Plus photo. See, it already has over here what's going to show up on Google's website. So let's say first you want to choose a background. You could choose one of these backgrounds if you wanted, or you can, of course, you can upload your own. Let's see, I like this one. Oops. By the way, if you just click the picture, it's going to drop like that. And then you would have to resize it. The best thing to do is to use what they call the layouts. So if I delete this, see, I can insert a layout. So first I can go to layout. Oops, I'm sorry, not layout, grid. So you first see I can just pop in a grid. I can change the grid to, if I want 3 images there, I can do that. If I want 4 long images. The benefit of using these grids is that you can just take the image and drag them onto the grid, and then they'll be perfectly aligned and everything. So let's say that you wanted, let me do one like this. Okay, so if you want to show 3 different types of travel, let's say you like Nashville, instead of just doing that and just clicking it, it's just going to fall on there. You actually want to take the image and drag it in. And then if you don't like where this is positioned, then you just double click it and then you can move it. Okay, and since we're doing some Nashville stuff, let me just continue with that theme. And I'll drop Nashville in here. Let's see, let's say we're doing celebratory stuff in Nashville. Maybe I'll do something like that, or perhaps I'm doing some attractions in Nashville. So I could do the Tennessee Performing Arts Center, the Centennial Park. I could do the Friss, or maybe the Ryman Auditorium, something more popular. Maybe I could do something like that. And let's say I wanted to, actually, let me get an image that's a little bit darker. No, I'll stick with that one. Before I move on to adding text to this, you can add filters. So a lot of times, if you want to add some sort of text to this, sometimes the images are so bright that they overpower See, that's sort of overpowered, right? You can't really see it that well. Even if I make it larger, it's really, you can't really see it. So what I might want to do in a case like this is I can actually add filters to each of these. So if I just go click on the image and then choose filter, then I can, make it less bright so that the text sticks out more. Or maybe black and white. Maybe you're doing old Nashville or something like that. So we just go through and change the images, and then actually that's sort of kind of too busy anyway, but you get what you can do. Maybe that's better. Maybe I'll just do that. See, this looks pretty good to me. Let me show you a couple of other things. Let me go ahead and just start with a blank. Actually, let me delete these really quick. Okay, so if you just wanted to start with something blank, then first you would need to choose a grid layout. So maybe I just want to do a regular one like that. And let's say, let me find a background I can use really quickly. Let's say Jamaica looks great. And then let's say I want to add some other images of activities or something like that. Then I can go to elements and I want to just walk through what each of these are. So holidays is self-explanatory. There's going to be any sort of holidays that's going on. Canva's really good about adding elements that you can use for the holiday seasons that are upcoming. And then let's say that these are grids that we already discussed the grids. Frames are pretty cool. Let's say, something really fancy. You could stick this in there, and then you can actually drag an image on top of that, and it will make it in that shape. See? Very cool. Let's try this one. And then again, if you want to adjust the way that it's showing, you can just double click it and move it however you want it. See? It's pretty cool. What else do we have? We've got elements. Let's go back to the top here. So those were frames. Shapes are what they sound like. They're shapes. So whatever kind of shape that you want, you can change it to be any color that you want. You can also drag an image in. No, you can't. Actually, you can't drag the image in. That would only be for the frames. So yeah, there's tons of shapes, and most of them are free. Most of the shapes are free. We also have lines, which there's tons of different lines. So the sky's the limit, really. You can do all sorts of stuff, really. There's illustrations. And every time I come in here, I swear they're adding new stuff all the time. Like these were not even an option before. Here's icons. They've got your social media icons and everything, like for Facebook, and all that's in here. And their search is really good. So if you just want to search, see, I've searched Facebook, and here's the Facebook icons. Or you could do social media, And here you go. Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Here's photos. They have a ton of free photos, or you could use your own. Charts. I haven't really messed around with the charts too much because it's a pretty new one, but yeah, you can't really change those. Yeah, I guess, whatever the simple graphic is that would illustrate what you're trying to get across, that's the graphic that you would choose, and there's tons of those as well. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, what I do just from start to finish to recap really quick is once you log into Canva, just whatever it is that you're trying to create, let's say it's social media or a blog post or whatever it is, you just look through these templates that are already here. For example, let's do an infographic. You would choose that, and then from the left-hand side, choose the infographic or the Facebook post or whatever it is that you're going after. Choose one that's the closest to the look and feel that you're going for, and start with that, and then just edit it from there. So let's say I really like the way, like there's some travel ones in here, I believe. Chicago. Here's a Chicago infographic. And you could just change this to Nashville City Guide. Let me zoom in. And the top reasons to visit: Music City, State, Tennessee, population. Go and find out what the population is. Find out what the area is. Time zone is the same. Whatever you need to change. So go through here and just change all of this, and then within a few minutes you have an infographic. And let me just show you when you download these, they're really, really high quality. I'll download this. Oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want to pay for this. Okay, this one's actually got a bunch of their images in it. So, but the images are very high quality. So if you have any questions, leave your questions in the comments section below. Be sure to check out travelagentsupport.com, and any new tools that I have or fam trips that I hear of or anything like that, I make sure to post them there. Make sure to sign up for Travel Agent Support's break room bulletins. I actually have not started emailing people or emailing other agents yet, but I do plan to do that at some point. And thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.